All right, what's up? And just kind of what's up to you. This is my first public speaking event, teaching you how to become a pop star. And there is no one in the audience. So this is just going to be kind of me. And it's honestly kind of fitting because this is pretty much just like the origin story of what's about to go down. So I'm just pretty much going to film it like a normal video. Initially, it was going to be like a public speaking sort of thing. But since it's just me out here, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tell you what I'm doing and how I'm going to do it. So, my name is Gordon Bird, and I want to become a pop star. And, I'm actually a really good person to teach this because I've got a lot of things working against me that would prevent a character like me from becoming a pop star. So, what are these things? Well, one thing is that I'm 31 years old. So, right away, it's like, what? You're not 18? What? You're not 21? No, I'm 31. And in pop star years, especially starting out, that's a little on the seasoned side, okay? So, all that being said, what else? Well, in case you don't know, I live in South Dakota. So, not exactly the hotbed of pop stardom, South Dakota. There are places like Los Angeles, you got Chicago, you got New York, you got basically any big city is probably a better place to learn how to become a pop star than this. And so on the older side, I live in a rural town, kinda, in South Dakota, a small town in South Dakota. How many pop stars from South Dakota can you name? Not very many, huh? Okay. What else do I got? I've got kids. I've got kids. They take up a lot of time. They also give back a lot. But kids, they're expensive. They take a lot of time. If you need to be getting on the road, writing a bunch of songs, producing a bunch of music, doing a lot of choreography, doing all sorts of things like this. I actually have to make sure I don't make this too long. Otherwise, I'll forget to pick up my kid. So, that's another thing. Kids. So, on the older side, live in Brookings, South Dakota. I probably should have said that, but you'll find out through context clues anyway. 3, I've got kids. 4, I'm married. Okay, so on top of all that, I'm married. I can't just like lounge around on people's couches. Like I'm just. I mean, I could, but you know what I'm saying. So I've got a family. Lots of responsibilities. Lots of my attention is a lot of different places. So, older side, South Dakota. Got kids. Got a wife. Okay. What else? I am Native American. Hello. So, not a lot of Native American pop stars out there. I mean, there are people who are like up and coming, but not your traditional pop star ethnicity, if you will. There's just like not a lot of famous pop star Native Americans. So, the list could go on. I don't know how to dress. Hello. But, so I got a lot of things working against me. So if I can do it, that means you can do it. So I think that's actually a really good positive thing because when I overcome those odds, then it gives you at home who want to become a pop star maybe, less of an excuse to not be able to make that dream occur. So, we got all those things out of the way. Now I'll say some unfair advantages I have, things going for me. Okay, well, the first thing is all those things that I said can actually be advantages if you, flip them in your favor. So I'm a little bit older. What does that mean? It means I'm smarter than I was when I was 18, when I was 21. Back then, I was not exactly a Harvard grad guy. I was like, I was pretty dumb. Didn't make the wisest choices. Not that I do now, but I'm a lot better off. And if I was in different situations, I think I would navigate them with a lot more skill nowadays. So I got all those. I got that. I've got kids, and I got a family. So what does that mean? That means I gotta make it work. Why didn't I make this happen when I was a lot younger? Probably because I felt like I had time. Probably because I just enjoyed, smoking weed and watching cartoons with my buddies. We're all just yucking it up here. We got all the time in the world. We're young. We're dumb. Now I got a family. Now I got to put bread on the table. That means I got to do this at a big level, because I don't want to live a normal life. I want to live an extraordinary life. That's fun. So, older. I got a family. I live in South Dakota. So since I live in South Dakota, how is that an advantage? You don't got that many resources. You don't got a lot of, you can't just go to someone's house and they're like brothers with Max Martin or something. I don't even know if Max Martin has brothers. But what I'm saying is, how can living in a small town where pop stars don't usually exist, how can that be an advantage? Well, I'm an advantage because I'm different. Not a lot of people, I got low amount of competition. So since not a lot of people are going for this, like, I'm the guy, and I'm easily the guy. Like, the music scene in Brookings, South Dakota isn't huge. That means there's an open window for me to easily hike up those ranks, If I was in LA, which there are so many benefits to living in LA. Low-key kind of do wish I lived there, but, everybody's mother and brother wants to be a pop star, So you got a lot of competition, which is really good, but also somewhat of a disadvantage, because since I'm in a place where, people don't usually go for something like this, that means that I can really just go for it, which will be cool. And there's a guy looking at me, so I got all nervous. But so yeah, that's the thing with that. So all those disadvantages can become advantages. Not a lot of Native American pop stars. So that means that, again, low competition. Like, when I become a little further in what I'm trying to do, then bada bing, bada boom, I'm like up there in like native pop star conversations. I'm not exactly tapped into the native pop field. I will be, but yeah, I mean, it seems like a good opportunity for me to become that guy there. So I got those advantages. Some other advantages I have is that I have been making music from a very young age. My family is like super musical. I played a lot in a band with my cousins, and I played a lot with my grandpa. My mom also performs and designs for a living. So I was exposed to doing shows and doing lots of different things from a very young age. So I have that distinct advantage. I got performance experience from when I was in single digits of age, which is awesome. I got a lot of experience traveling long distances by car, which is awesome. Loading and unloading stuff. Awesome. All awesome stuff. And when I was in middle school, high school, and onward, I was producing hip hop music with my friends, and I was the guy making like beats and stuff. So I learned music making software, and I've been consistent with it since I was about maybe like 15. So I've got about 16 years under my belt. I'm actually not wearing a belt, but what I'm saying is that I got that going for me. Another thing, I love to dance. Dancing's so fun. Woohoo, dance. So there's that. Another thing that I have that's an advantage is that naturally I'm very shy and introverted, and I didn't really like that. So I learned how to be more outspoken. I learned how to be more confident, and that has allowed me to feel more comfortable in performance situations. So even though that one guy came up and made me all nervous, now I see him. He's not looking at me, but even if he was, because I was like, does he want something, or is that someone I know who came to my public speaking event? But now I can shut that down and be like, okay, I'm just gonna perform. I'm at a public park right now. All right, I'm at the band shell in Pioneer Park in Brookings, South Dakota. I'm trying to get a little bit of that so it doesn't look like I'm just in a white wall, because I am, but but yeah. So I got all that going for me. Another thing is that I was really into Gary Vee like a long time ago. So even though I haven't been consistent with posting content, I'm like pretty confident in front of a camera, and shooting a big old video, like a long video, is like not very hard for me. Honestly, I feel like I could go on and on and on and on and on in a lot of different ways. So I've got all these things going for me. Another thing I've got going for me is that I have really tried my best to learn as much as I can about music, about the music business, and studying performers and performances and artist interviews and things along those lines. So I've been doing that for a long time. So with all that compounded experience, I really think I can pull this off. So you might not have those advantages, but that's okay, because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make sure it's easy for me to teach you. So if you do want those things, you can have them. So yeah, that is what we're doing here today. I'm explaining how you could become a pop star. That was just the kind of the introduction thing. I'm going to be doing a lot of these public speaking things, and in the future, I'm going to have a little bit of an audience. I'm going to invite people to come to this thing and, make it kind of interactive, make it fun. But actually, one thing, I'm going to switch gum, that's okay. Let's see. Yeah, I got it here in my sweatshirt pocket. What's interesting about Extra, it's backwards for me. Hopefully it's not for you, but it says long-lasting flavor. So they got jokes on every container. So how we're going to do this pop star thing? Well, the first thing we got to do is we got to think, what about the audience? Because when you think, oh, I want to be a pop star, oh, I want to be a famous music artist, what you're gonna start to do is get preoccupied with me. People will, over a period of time, especially if you frame it correctly, people over a period of time will want to get invested in you. I just want to know all about you. And in fact, it's better to be a pop star that's all about you, kinda, to a degree. Like, you want to be thinking about other people, but also you want people to be invested in you as a person, because then you'll have fans who will like whatever you do. They'll be like your mom. They'll be like, oh, I just love everything they're doing, just because they just can't do wrong in my eyes. They're like my baby. I certainly have artists like that where no matter what they do, I'm like, that is gold and good, and they can't do any wrong in my eyes. Even if like universally people are like, this song or this album is just so bad from this artist, I'm like, you just must not get it. And even if I think that, I'm like, I just must not get it. You want fans like that. And the way you get fans like that is you get them invested in you as a person rather than being invested in like your sound, for example. So let's say, let's see. Let's say, for example, I hate to say, it changed later on for obvious reasons, unfortunately, but Linkin Park, for example. Linkin Park, they made that like kind of like hip hop sort of angsty like rock music. There's rapping in it, and they're having these angsty lyrics, and they're not gonna have it. A DJ scratches, like just that aesthetic. They had that, and then later on when they kind of switched to a more pop sound, people started to be like, what? And then like their last album, before Chester died, unfortunately, was very, very pop, and people weren't rocking with it because they're like, what? This is Linkin Park. Like, I want Linkin Park. But when people are invested in an artist, like as a person, for example, so let's say Lil Yachty, even though I respect Lil Yachty, I'm not necessarily what I would call invested. However, Lil Yachty was able to make that like psych rock album or whatever because people were interested in Lil Yachty, not in just like the stuff he was making in the beginning, even though that caught people's ears too. But once he deviated from that, people were still with him because they're more interested in him as a guy rather than his sound, just his sound. So that's what you want to do. You want to make sure that you get people to like you as a personality rather than just like your sound. And to be honest, I kind of lost my train of thought a little bit. But so those are all my advantages and disadvantages. That's who I am. And what you want to do is you want to think about your audience. Now, it's actually very fitting that my first public speaking event, by the way, I recaught my train of thought. My first speaking event is attended by nobody. And I posted on social media, right? I said, I'll be here at this time. Come on over. I said, I'll be doing some public speaking. Okay? It'll be here at this time. When's here at this time? Friday at 2 p.m. at Pioneer Park, the band shell. Okay? Now, why might people not be here? One, I only started posting about it yesterday. I was just like, I'm sick of not making content. I'm just going to come out here and do some public speaking, and that's what's going to happen. People, come on out. I'd love to show you what I got to give you. Honestly, I think this would be better if there were people here, but but you're my people, you watching this, so thank you. But anyway, Friday, 2 p.m. Okay, if somebody works a 9 to 5, if somebody works from 9 o'clock to 5 p.m., Monday through Friday, why might Friday at 2 p.m. not work with their schedule? Because they're at work. Duh. Okay, so if you don't work a 9 to 5, you can come. If you do, which, a lot of my friends and family do, sorry. Sorry. Another thing, Friday, even if somebody called work off, it's probably because they're traveling, because it's the weekend, all right? So that doesn't mean don't do things on weekends, but Friday might be a disadvantage. Number two, It's at a public park. Someone might be like, is this going to be weird? They might be. Also, I said I'm at Pioneer Park at the band shell. Am I 100% sure everyone knows what the band shell is? Not necessarily. So, another thing, how many people actually know that I was going to be public speaking here today at 2 p.m.? I don't know. I posted about it a couple of times. People might have seen it, but that doesn't necessarily mean like a bunch of people knew about it. I mean, some of my close friends might have known about it, who said they couldn't make it. But, yeah, we got that. So, didn't advertise enough. Didn't give people enough time. Picked a bad time for a lot of people. And, picked maybe a bad location. I mean, maybe somebody would be more willing to see public speaking in a place that doesn't feel like a weird place for, like... If I saw a guy giving a speech... in a public park, and like there was a bunch of people around him, I'd be like, is this like a weird like cult thing? I'm just checking the time. Yeah. So, maybe they'd want to do it behind closed doors, with chairs, not just like on benches. Because as far as people know, maybe they don't have a place to sit. These are all speculations and not like excuses per se, but all I'm saying is different things you do in your journey to becoming a pop star, different things you can do can teach you different things. So what this teaches me is I need to think of my audience a little bit more. So if I wanted to do it on a Friday, when might be a better time to do it? Well, maybe 7 o'clock, maybe like 7:30. Oh, that'd be good. I mean, people are usually off, let's say around 5, maybe 6. Okay, people are off around maybe 5, maybe 6. Okay, that gives them like an hour to like get ready and come on out. Okay, so that might be a better way. What's another way to get more people to come? Make it more about them. Because how did I advertise this event that I'm doing right here? I said, come on out. I'm public speaking. Oh, really? You're public speaking? Whoa, super cool for you. Yeah, I think that's awesome. I'm going to heart your post. I'm going to like your post. But I don't think I want to go to that, really. And I don't blame people. And I'm going to say this here. I've never, ever advocated for advertising yourself as a local artist. Even if you are a local artist, I don't like advertising yourself as a local artist. And here's why. Because, one, you create your identity around it. So if I say, I'm a local artist, support local art, I'm just a local guy, then what happens? Okay, then in your head, you think, I'm a local artist. I'm a local artist. So what happens when you get opportunity to not be a local artist? Well, I'm a local artist. You start thinking of yourself as a local artist. You start moving like a local artist. You don't move like a pop star. So, a pop star, by definition, is a pop artist with universal recognition, I would say in at least their home country and at least somewhat internationally. Okay? A pop star needs to be a star that makes pop music. All right? So a star is not the local hero, I mean, they will be, like, if they're very, very popular, but that's not all they are. They're not, like, not popular anywhere else, but when they do a show in their hometown, it, like, there's, like, a line around the block. That's good, and you are a popular artist in an area, but you wouldn't be a pop star. So, that's why I tell you guys that I'm a pop star, even though I don't have, Even though like hardly anybody knows who I am, hardly anybody has heard my music, hardly anybody knows what I'm doing here. If when I go to Hy-Vee or Walmart, if they know me from work or they're friends with me or their family, then they know me. If not, they probably don't. So you would say, oh, you're not a pop star. Why do you call yourself a pop star? Because if I think I'm a pop star, I'm a pop star, I'm a pop star, then that means that I move like a pop star. That means I got to be making music whenever I can. I got to be doing choreography. I got to be thinking about music videos. I got to be thinking about advertisement. I need these songs mixed really well, because when they're on the radio, I don't want them to be like, oh, what's this like home cooked garbage? I want them to be like, this is some good stuff. This belongs on the radio. This is the kind of songwriting that professionals do. I think like that. That's why I say I'm a pop star. So, I lost my train of thought again, which is good because, then I kind of learned how to do this public speaking thing a lot more. And the reason I do this public speaking thing is because one day I'm going to be dead, and I've put a lot of time into learning about this. So I want to pass these lessons on to future generations, or people who want to remember me will be like, oh, geez, I remember him. He was so ambitious about this pop star thing. But yeah, another reason I like to do this public speaking thing is to work on my charisma, because that is a skill that you learn. And if you are somebody who is not afraid to put themselves out there like this, I see lots of pickups driving by. They probably think, who is this goofball? What's he saying? People coming to the park probably hear me from the other side of the band shell, and they're like, what's going on over there? That guy sounds crazy. Well, that helps me be a pop star, because then, something that happens when you live in a small town is a thing people call small poppy syndrome. Now, what is small poppy syndrome? Small poppy syndrome is a tall poppy. Tall poppy syndrome is, they say the tall poppy gets cut. So you got this field full of poppies, and they're all like, oh, we're all blending in, ho hum, ho hum. And then you got this one poppy who's like, what's up, y'all? I'm a crazy cool poppy. And that poppy that gets cut because it's not even like the rest of them. So when you live in this small town, the tall poppy gets cut because everyone's gonna judge you because you're standing out, you're talking loud, you're being weird, you're not acting like the rest of us. That's something that happens. So the more that I can get used to carrying myself like this, not a lot of people are doing video content that I see in Brookings, not a lot of people are doing public speaking or performing or anything. People just want to go to work and they want to drink, and then they want to go home and smoke weed, and then they want to go on Netflix, and then they just want to keep doing that over and over again until they die. And that's not me. I got big dreams, bro. I got big dreams. So that's why I'm doing this. And that's why I think it's a good idea, if you want to be a pop star, to be able to do stuff like this. So that's why I'm doing that. Okay, so I'm just recounting it so I can remember what I was talking about. So my weaknesses, my strengths, boom, we're at a baseline. So you got to think about other people. You have to think about other people. So what's one way that I could make my speaking event about other people? Well, let's reverse engineer it. What do I want them for? Okay, let's just define that, and then we can work around that. And I'm probably going to talk for like another 10 minutes, just so I can make sure I'm there to pick up my little baby angel. So, what can we do? Okay, why do I want people here? I want people here mostly because I think my public speaking will be better when I'm speaking to the public, when I'm communicating with people. Also, people will have questions that will lead me to different directions. Also, if I forget my train of thought, someone can remind me if they were listening. But mainly, if I'm being honest, I just want in the video for it to look like I have an audience. It feels like I'm doing a video right now. It doesn't feel like I'm giving a speech. I would like to give speeches. So, in the future, I can public speak, which is like the best gig in the world because people will pay you 6 figures just to come say some words, So I think that's awesome too. So since I just want bodies here, basically, how do I get people here? Well, I could make it, if, so let's say I am a very big popular music artist, especially in the local area. Well, then it won't be hard to get people here. Why? Because them being here will give them status. It'll give them like a cool thing to do. What's up? This music artist guy that you obviously all know because he's super popular in the local area. He is like giving a speech and I'm here. What's up? That's good. That gives social proof. Another one is like if I have fans, it'll be kind of like a meet and greet, let's take it to the extreme. What if Taylor Swift was doing something like this, where she's describing how she does what she does? Like, Swifties would come in droves, and it would inspire a lot of Swifties because they would be like, yes, like, bro, I'm here with Taylor. It's kind of like a meet and greet, and it's kind of like you want to understand the mechanisms of their mind. So, right now, don't got a lot of fans. I mean, I got friends and family. I got random people in the world, but nothing that would be like a massive like group or anything. That being said, I'm also not very popular in the local area yet. So, none of those can be really things right now. So what else can we do? We can bribe people. That's probably what I'm going to do starting out is I'm going to bribe people. So, okay, well, so you're going to pay people money to come? Yes, but I think I also want to make it more fun than just like, oh, if you come, you get like $5, which would be cool. And, I think it would get people here. But let's say 5 people come. And I'm paying them all $5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's $25 I'm giving away. How can I make that $25 stretch more? Well, I can say, if you come, you will get a mystery bag. This mystery bag will have a little sheet of paper with a drawing on it, and it'll have like a fun, nice little, like a fortune cookie. It'll have a little treat in it, and one of your little mystery bags will have $25 in it. Oh, okay, $150 just for showing up to this thing. And I'm going to make sure to give it to them at the end instead of at the beginning. So, So, I'm probably going to bribe the first people and see what we can do about that. Another thing is I want it to be like easy for them to come to. So, for content, because I got to think about you too, because it's not just about those people, it's about the people of the future generations watching this. What I want to do for you is I want to give you a better sound environment. Okay, so I bought some microphones. I haven't quite got them to work. That's why I'm not using them yet. But I got some microphones to make the audio better for people who are watching on video. Another thing is that The sound environment. The sound environment here isn't exactly, it's not exactly the best. So, there are better sound environments, like rooms. So, I could respect you guys by doing it in a room with a microphone. Also, the lighting, coincidentally, I've got pretty good lighting here in the band shell. I'm actually kind of digging it. But, if I had people over there in the benches, right? Because there's like a bunch of park benches. That's kind of why I picked this spot, actually. If I had people over there in that benches and I kind of wanted to be closer to them so we didn't feel so distant, the lighting would be atrocious. Which, it's okay if the lighting's atrocious. It's better than nothing. But, I want to make this the best I can for everybody, not just me. This isn't just the me show. Again, eventually it will be, kinda, in a way, but I still need to think about the value that I'm bringing to the fans. I need to think about what the fans want. I need to make the fans happy. Why? Because fans are what makes the machine go brrr. Fans are the things that make the machine go brrr. When you have fans, the machine goes brrr. When you have no fans, you're just a guy. And you're making music. And you're choreographing dances. And you're shooting videos, which is awesome. But you can't be a pop star that way. To be a pop star, you need fans. Lots of them all over the world. So, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to show you at home how I'm going to become a pop star. Now, do I say in my head, one day I'm going to be a pop star. One day I'm going to be a pop star. No. What I say in my head is, I'm a pop star. I'm a pop star. I'm a pop star. Even though I know I don't have the physical results here in real life. But I got to think that. And I already told you why I got to think that. But just as a recap, I got to think that because if I think, I'm going to be a pop star, I'm going to be a pop star, then I'm going to go my whole life gonna be a pop star. Instead of, I'm a pop star. And then reality is going to catch up and it's going to be obvious. And then the people who watch this video will be like, oh, whoa, cool. Like when they watch it retrospectively, they'll be like, whoa, he knew he was going to be a pop star. He already called himself a pop star. He already was one. That's because in my head, I am one. I already am one. So there's no gotta be about it. I already know that contained within this body and in this spirit and in this timeline of my life as me, I already know that I am the kind of person who is a pop star. Physical reality just doesn't know that yet, and that's fine. These things take a little bit of time, and they take a little bit of consistency. But guess what? I already know it, and I've got firm beliefs that it's true, so that's why I call myself a pop star already. Okay, so I'm at the point where I got to kind of start wrapping the video up, but I think that's a pretty good introduction to what we want to do, okay? So, if you want to become a pop star, think about your disadvantages, all right? Now take all those disadvantages and flip them into advantages. That way you have more stuff working for you and you can build momentum instead of letting those things drag you down. Okay, next, think of your unfair advantages. We all have unfair advantages. Even if you think, I don't have any unfair advantages, that's not true. You've got them. You just got to think about them. Okay, so what are my unfair advantages? Okay, well, I got this really cool thing going for me. And hey, you know what? I got a drum set and, that my dad never uses. Oh, I'm just going to use that. I have a dad. That's another one that some people have that others don't. So, think about your disadvantages, flip them into advantages. Think about the other things you got going for you. And then once you got all that, you are at a baseline. Now that you're at the baseline, what I need you to do is I need you to start thinking about other people. Now, this could be a trap, so be careful. So, if you think too much about other people, you will start becoming something that you don't want to be. You're going to start being something that is chasing the validation of everybody else. And if you don't get it, you're going to shrink. And if you do get it, you're going to expand like crazy. So, what you want to do is you want to be moving like you. You just want to be moving how you want to move. All right? Don't ask the people what they want. They'll tell you they want faster horses. You just got to think, oh, I know, I'm going to invent a car. And people are going to deal with it and like it. But once you make your car, people might be like, oh, hey, I'm crashing and I'm getting hurt. Okay, here's a seatbelt. Oh, I can't see when I'm driving at night. All right, here's some headlights. Brr, I can't drive this thing during the winter. Oh, okay, here's a whole body. All right, things like that. I'd love to roll my window down. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So you build your thing. You just build your thing. And then once you've built your thing, you make it so it's easier for your audience to engage with it. Why do you make it easier for your audience to engage with? Because you gotta have fans. And if you don't have fans, your machine doesn't go brr. If you do have fans, your machine goes brr. But you gotta build your machine. You gotta make it a machine you wanna build. Otherwise, guess what happens? You don't got a machine that goes brr. Some people go their whole lives not making a machine at all. So if you make stuff, you're doing good. If you want to be a pop star, you need to do a lot of different things. Okay? Since I'm going to have to be wrapping this up, we will discuss what things you need to do in the next video to become a pop star. So, if you watched all the way through this, thank you very much. Hopefully you got some valuable information. I'm going to be clipping this and cutting things out, so even if you haven't seen this, which you wouldn't be hearing this if you didn't, that's okay. Honestly, this video is going to go way harder retroactively than it probably is right now, just because right now I'm just some guy talking to a camera, but as time moves forward, reality is going to kind of connect more with me being a pop star, and then everybody who doubts me currently will be like, oh, whoops, I was wrong, and then I'll be like, ha, I was right. That's kind of like the lowbrow way of thinking about it. Kind of the mid-brow way of thinking about it is, well, I keep trying to end it, but I'm keep going. I swear I could go on forever and ever and ever. And I will in the future when when I don't got to pick up my daughter from school, but today I do. And I could look at that as a disadvantage. Oh no, I got to cut this video short because I got to pick up my daughter from school. But guess what? I have instrumental on my phone, and I'll be able to listen to it, and I'll be able to write while I'm waiting for my daughter to get out of school, and then I can show her the song that I have so far and get her feedback from it, and that's also awesome. I've got a kid that I can always get feedback from, because kids, they know what's up. Kids kind of know what's up with like the new thing, especially since like I'm 31, like I said, so I'm a little on the older side. So, if something's like really, really, like kids ain't gonna be rocking with it, my daughter can tell me, which is such an advantage, which is an advantage that people who don't have kids or like little brothers or sisters, advantages they don't have. So, all that being said, thank you very much for much for watching this. Also, I like doing this because I want to be one of those guys at like award shows where everyone's clapping, woo, 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 and then I'm like, I'm like a prayer hands, like, yes, thank you, kind of guy. Anyway, yeah, that's creative visualization. I think about stuff like that all the time. When I'm on stages, I think about this park being packed, and I think about this stage having lots of lights, and I just think about things working out. Will they? Won't they? During a long enough time horizon, if you don't quit, you can't fail. That's what I believe. So I am just going to keep this machine running so I can get fans. The machine will go burr. We will grow, and we will win. And then you, if you want to be a pop star, you'll see the whole journey unfold, and you'll be like, oh, I can do it too. All right. Well, gonna call that a video. Mwah. Peace. I love you. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you later.